Good day. It's Wednesday, August the 21st, 2024, and this is the Daily Article Podcast. Written today by Dr. Jim Denison, I'm Chris Elkins of the Denison Forum, narrating today's article. If you watched the Republican National Convention last month and are now watching the Democrats as they meet in Chicago, you could be forgiven for thinking the parties are living in separate countries. According to Republicans, Kamala Harris and the Democrats would lead our nation to ruin at home and chaos abroad. According to Democrats, including Barack and Michelle Obama in their Democratic National Convention speeches last night, the opposite is the case. Both eviscerated Donald Trump while lauding Ms. Harris as someone who will fight for Americans. Partisan politics are just one way that, quote-unquote, reality has become whatever we consider it to be. Here are more examples. The Church of England is dropping the word church in a quest for relevance. According to a new study, modern-sounding words such as community are now in favor. A major medical organization in the U.S. has expressed skepticism about the long-term effects of sex change procedures on minors. However, others continue to claim that they are safe and effective despite clear evidence to the contrary. The Arizona Supreme Court says a fetus can be referred to as an unborn human being. Abortion advocates call the ruling deeply disappointing. Witchcraft has become a wellness fad. The word morals has been replaced by boundaries in our therapeutic society. According to one therapist, the term boundaries, quote, can be anything, include anything, and change depending on the person, the situation, or the time. All that matters is that they feel good to you, end quote. Yesterday, we looked at ways our secularized culture commodifies people. Today, let's consider ways it commodifies the truth. John Adams noted, facts are stubborn things, and whatever may be our wishes, our inclinations, or the dictates of our passions, they cannot alter the state of facts and evidence, end quote. Nonetheless, Satan loves to tempt us to conflate opinion with reality for two reasons. A luxury yacht sank off the coast of Sicily this week, killing leading figures in tech, banking, and law, along with members of their families. This is just one example of the fact that all humans, whatever our cultural status, are mortal. Ignoring this fact leaves us unprepared for death when it arrives and eternity beckons. This is one of Satan's most subtle strategies in leading as many as possible away from heaven and into hell. If you don't believe in either, you won't seek to experience the former and thus will be consigned to the latter. Nonetheless, George Clooney speaks for many when he says, I don't believe in heaven and hell, as though his disbelief changes their reality. Imagine saying, I don't believe in Canada, and assuming Canada therefore does not exist. A cancer patient who denies that they have the disease is only more likely to die from it as a result. Skeptics who deny that they need to be saved from hell will go there when they die, according to John 3, verse 18. Perhaps even today. Satan is a liar and the father of lies, as noted in John 8, verse 44. John 10, verse 10 says that he comes to steal and kill and destroy. As the father of lies, his only goal is to steal, kill, and destroy. Historian John Meacham observed, while we remain a nation decisively shaped by religious faith, our politics and our culture are, in the main, less influenced by movements and arguments of an explicitly Christian character than they were even 5 years ago. End quote. Wall Street Journal columnist Lance Morrow describes some consequences of our opinion-based ideology in what he calls an inversion of previous biology, custom, and human nature. He says, boys may be girls and girls may be boys according to impulse or whim. Criminals are victims. Civilization is barbaric. The ambition of the progressive left has been to dismantle the previous America as being racist, oppressive, sexist, and excessively white. The 21st century is an unusually dislocated time. End quote. By contrast, Psalm 25 verse 10 says, all of the paths of the Lord are steadfast love and faithfulness for those who keep his covenant and his testimonies. Do we need more steadfast love and faithfulness today? Bank tellers learn to detect counterfeit currency by spending time with the real thing. In the same way, spending time with Jesus in His Word enables us to know the truth that sets us free, as we learn from John 8, verses 31 and 32. Our Savior modeled this principle in His personal life, beginning in His mornings and ending His evenings with His Father, as evidenced by Mark 1:35 and Luke 6, verse 12. Matthew chapter 14, verse 19 shows us that He prayed before He ate, before decisions, according to Luke 6, verses 12 and 13, and Matthew 26:36. And in the midst of great suffering revealed in Luke 23, verse 46. The busier He became, the more He prayed, as inferred by Luke 5, verses 15 and 16. And Hebrews 5, verse 7 affirms that it was through His lifestyle of communion with His Father that He was led and empowered to change the world. Henry Nouwen noted, Jesus' primary concern was to be obedient to His Father, to live constantly in His presence. Only then did it become clear to Him what His task was in relationship with people. Today, what is your primary concern? The Denison Forum team is grateful for our daily article podcast subscribers. Please share the podcast with others. And for more news discerned differently, visit denisonforum.org.